Hey, Reflex, good morning. Just getting started over here. For real. Hey, rise and grind, Thursday morning. At least it's Thursday morning where I'm at. 6 a.m., bright and early. So bright and early. We're daylight savings now. Or not. I always get confused if daylight savings is after the skip forward or if it's before the skip forward. I don't, whatever. The times change. How about that? We'll call it that. On Sunday, right? We got visited by the time wizard, if you will. I know I will. And, yeah, now it's just kind of like little adjustments. Little, get used to it eventually. The sun was up later this week. Starting to enjoy that. Gonna be getting later and later. But the sun's rising later, too. Like, it's very dark out there right now. Like, super duper dark. I just fed the cats, Chester and Winnie, and neither one of them really cared. You know? Rest of the year, they'd be eagerly awaiting, 6 a.m. breakfast time. Had to convince them, and they got near the food, and they're like, okay, cool, it's there, we'll get to it, Like, they'll be hungry in a little bit. I could tell, like, they're not... It's funny. They're funny. Anyway. This is Bingus. Remember Bingus? We're playing Bingus on a couple streams ago. It was very fun. Not the wizard stream. This was probably the Sunday before that. Bingus was flying through the levels. So much so, my weapon skills have been getting left in the dust. Now that I passed 20, I started using a two-hander. Maybe I should have started a little earlier because the 70 two-hand blunt, that's an improvement. That's a huge improvement. So my two-hand slash is still only 35. We're in daylight savings, spring through fall. Okay, so we're in daylight savings now. Where I'm at, East Coast, USA. The fine state of CT. Okay, thank you, Wost. I will try to remember that. It's something that... When there's two choices for something, I feel like I struggle worse than when there's, like, 50 choices. I have a better chance of remembering, like, 50 different things, but if it's, like, one or the other, I'm like, oh, I always confuse these. I don't know. That's just the way I work. But... Speaking of work, this is not work. This is play. This is EverQuest. I love this game. Brings me a ton of comfort. If I could do this professionally, I would do this professionally. This is the finest of Y2K compliant elf simulators. You used to think the opposite, right? That's what I'm saying. If I had to really like come up with an answer, what's your final answer? And all my lifelines didn't help me. I probably would get it wrong. But hopefully now that you've told me, hey, Ding27, I just need to remember it's the opposite of what I think it is. If I know it's the opposite of what I think it is, then I'll probably do better. Hey, we dinged. Let's do a little dancing, maybe? Got like one frame of dance. There we go. A little dance. A little cheer. It's always hard to celebrate while you're still fighting, but I gotta do it anyway. Hey, you're on a 10 stream streak, Reflex. That's what's up. Appreciate that. A cheer for you and a cheer for dinging. 27. So the stream title already said 27 because I looked and I said I'm like 99% into 26. I'm just gonna call it 27 now because I'm that confident. Bingus Dingus, yeah. I'm glad you like that name. Actually, the chat helped pick it. We had a whole we had a poll for that one. I've been doing the polls lately. We've been doing some like community-driven choices for EverQuest lately, just because it's game's been out a while. Sometimes it's fun to mix it up. I've been doing what I want for the longest. So how about we do something we can all agree with? So, Bingus Dingus. Dingus was chosen by the group when I hit 20. It was the winner by pretty much a landslide. It's like last Sunday, this past weekend, I did a wizard stream. I've never made a wizard before, and I had kind of promised that I would do it for the 10th Sunday Swamptacular Splash Fest 2026, which was this past Sunday. So I almost forgot. It was Dreamer Sky One. Shout out to Dreamer Sky One. Reminded me, like, hey, you said you were gonna do a wizard stream. It's like, well, let me do my wizard stream this weekend. So I did the wizard stream. Made a wizard for the first time. Yeah, it's been a blast. Get it? Blast, because they're wizards and they nuke stuff. I finally bought my spell. After the stream ended, I went on a little journey back to my trainer, get spells, get skills, and yeah. So next time I play the wizard, I'm good to go. I thought about even maybe playing the wizard this morning, but it's like let's skill up Bingus. This is a good, you know, kind of like. I'm not trying to disparage warriors. Listen, I'm one of you. I was a warrior main for a long time. That is my. If I had to pick one, that's my class. I'm a warrior. You know. But it's kind of it's mindless fun when you're soloing. You know, you just turn attack on and you watch the numbers and you know all the PvP stuff where you keep your head on a swivel. You don't overextend too much. And stay ready. Yeah, sure. But you know, as far as the PvE part, playing itself right now, which is great for me. I get to sip my coffee and wake up. You never played it and you really want to try it out? Hey, I finally took the plunge and I'm liking it. And I was to be fair, the entire stream I was playing it with level 1 spells. I never went to the trader. We just we got together. One of my guildies gave me some buffs, gave us all, I think we all got some buffs to be honest, and we went crazy. Oh shit. I don't want to die. I'm a little far away. I could have maybe tried to kite him a little bit, but I was like one good backstab from dead. Not good. Let's just get a little more health and try that again. Usually I fight the gargoyle by itself. I'm getting overconfident in my, you know, elevated level over here. 27 now. I thought I could just do whatever I want. Hey, we got a skill up, though. Offense and defense have been going up pretty easy. Yeah, offense 135, defense 135. Those are probably already maxed by now. Yeah, where's my bandages? I do have some bandages. You're right. Excellent point. Excellent point, Wos. Let's do that. I got a fungi tunic too, so I could be lazy too, but this is a good point. Fuck yeah. See what my skill's at. Probably 0. 10. That's good. That's a start. I mean, it's not good. It's literally terrible, but it's more than I thought it would be. So Bingus got some gear. Yeah, it's a work in progress though. Like woven girth. I got this myself. You know, Duck provides. All right, we might be able to sneak one more band-aid in here, but I don't know. Probably not. Maybe. No. If I took the fungi tunic off, but that would have been kind of counterproductive. All right. Looking at the list here, a lot of these names have been on for a while. Chirpin, no idea. Haven't never seen them, but they're on a lot. Lar, never seen them. They're on a lot. And I shouldn't say never seen them. I haven't seen them in a while. I saw them in the swamp when they were lower level. I battled them in the swamp. They're an enchanter. I was playing Gremiln, my magician. We were probably in our teens. Lar and Gremiln were both. And he ran into the swamp and then hit a slash Q. It was like not. This is why you've never seen the video, because it's like that's not really exciting, but you might. You know, I'm going through the backlog. I'm kind of Rafgar, what's going on? But so the crazy part about that, you know what? Maybe I will show you the video because it's not your typical just link dead fight, I guess. You would think maybe people think it's like back in the day, right? Back in the day, if you hit, if you were link dead, you would fight back, right? You would turn into an NPC. And a lot of people, that was an improvement to their skill, right? Yeah, I was watching some Monsters and Memories yesterday, Rafgar. This is true. This is true. I love to watch Chalogan play. And I am, you know, new developments have got me considering it very strongly. Yes, I was. I don't even want to say on the fence because I'm pretty well interested. Yeah, I don't have a. It's a closed beta though, right? I have not been seeking entrance, so I am not entered at this time. But when it comes out full, I think you could definitely find me there. Sorry, Gil, when it opens, you'll join? Hell yeah. We'll go hard. Do we know when it's actually, like, releasing? If it's, like, way in the future, I don't know if I want to wait that long. But if it's, like, coming up, I don't mind waiting a little bit. Alright. Gargoyle, take some hits. Take the hint and take some hits. Alright. When we hit 30, I should be really slapping them. Right now, we're still capped at 60 damage, but that's better than... hey, June is, like, right around the corner. That's what's up. Oh, a third mob has entered the fray. Alright, we're gonna kill this gargoyle in zone. I'll check the initiate familiar's HP. So. Okay, it didn't really take anything. The beta. Yonder Wiley, what's going on? How you doing today? Good to see you. On this, shit, I didn't even want to zone in yet. It's kind of like a rainy Thursday over here. But not rainy enough. Not rainy enough to stop me. June 1st. That's what's up. Okay, yeah. Let's do it. Rafgar. Hey, you know where to find me, right? You're in the Discord. We'll get a little we'll get a channel going for it. I'm feeling ready. I'm feeling you know, listen. Everybody who's an EverQuest enjoyer, don't go unfollowing yet, okay? Here's my promise to you. I'm still gonna enjoy EverQuest at the same schedule I enjoy EverQuest, okay? If I add a new obsession to my life, I'll add a new you know, I'll schedule new streams for it. Because I'm committed to the bit over here. You know what I mean? I can't loosen my grip on Red 99's throat over here. I got a stranglehold on this server. You know? So I ain't yeah. EverQuest deserves some respect. And it definitely you know, the EverQuest enjoying community needs like those windows in to Norath, right? You want to peek inside. You want to be in our world now, like Stephanie EverQuest always says. You're in our world now, right? I want to provide that window. You know, some people don't like the EQ PvP. Even though, look at me right now. I'm PvP in this initiate familiar. No, you could do this on blue. You could do this on green. You know, but some people are like, oh, he's playing on red. Can't watch this. You can. It's fine. Come on down. Water's fine. But Where am I going with this? I'm on some sort of tangent already. This is good. It's 6:15 a.m. in the morning. We're just getting started. The sun is like an hour away from rising. I would say, if it even comes out, it's like rainy today. I'm gonna refill the coffee. I got probably another mug left in the pot. I'll be you know, caffeinated, enthusiastic. All the stuff you come to expect on a Thursday morning rise and grind, right? Or if it's your first time here, well then let me tell you, that's what to expect. Because I try to stay consistent, schedule, and you know, consistently enjoying this game to the fullest. I like the, you know, the early classic stuff. You know, here I am in Mistmore. I could get down with some Kunark sometimes. Kunark has its appeal, sure. Maybe I'm a little jealous of Ixar quest lines, but, you know, I get it. Like, Kunark's cool, for sure. Velius, you start to lose me. You know, like, I'm aware of Velius. You know, I'm not, like, in denial that there's a whole icy world out there. I get it. And I'll go. You know, you can drag me to Velius sometimes, but I'm not going to be, like, thrilled about it. But, you know, no, to be fair, I do really like Tower of Frozen Shadow. I think that zone's, like, top 5 for me. And that's Velius. So, you know. Where am I going with this now? Oh, yeah, I'm a Luckland enjoyer. You might not know that about me. Because I'm always playing P99, but I think Luckland was like when the game honestly kind of peaks. I think Plains of Power also solid as hell. You know what I mean? Like there's arguments to be made against Plains of Power, and I guess there's arguments to be made against Luckland, but you're not gonna really hear those anti-Luckland arguments from me. I think I'm very pro Luckland, and I think if the models were called new models instead of Luckland models, I think Luckland would be probably part of P99 already. You know what I mean? It would be widely accepted as classic EverQuest. But the fact that they called the new models the Luckland models, you know what I mean? Like that's bad branding for Luckland, because I feel like a lot of people really prefer the classic models, right? If given the choice. They kind of had to force us to play new models, remember? With mounts, you want to be able to sit on a horse or whatever. You want to sit on the weird lizard thing. You got to play you got to play ball. Anyway, I'm about to refill the coffee after this initiate familiar. Check the skills. This is the goal here. Levels come and go. Skills are forever. Let's I can't even really say that. If you de-level what? 3 times, your skills drop, or is it 2 times? I don't know. There's they don't let your caps stay like capped on this server, at least. I don't know what they do on blue or green or Quarm or this or that, but on P99 red, where I'm at, and it's relevant to me, the skill caps kind of follow your level. You de-level your skill caps, de-level. I think you keep them for 1 level or 2 levels. I don't know. We can experiment with that sometime. I got some characters that need to lose some levels. We could do some experimentation. Like Orc Friend. You guys know Orc Friend, right? I want to get Orc Friend all the Plane of Fear gear, right? The Umbral plate mail. And then I wanted to de-level back down to Crushbone protection levels, because that would be funny to me. I think that would be funny. Umbral plate, Shadow Knight, and Crushbone. Like that seems hilarious. But I only got one piece of umbral on him so far, so it's like, is that still funny? Is one piece enough to, you know, be prop comedy? And the big part of the experiment, besides the skill caps, I want to see if you can keep your last name. If you drop below 20, can you keep your last name? And if so, can you drop to, say, 15 and keep your last name? Can you go all the way down to 5 and keep your last name? Like, I'm very curious how this works. I think 5 would be the lowest you can go, right? I don't think you lose XP at 5. Maybe you do. Maybe you go to 4. But I know you can't go to 1. Because you only lose XP at a certain level. And you can't be sacrificed and lose XP. Under what, 46? I think 46 is the lowest level for sacrifice, so. You got an option for me you could use some help with? Well, yeah, you need some sacks. We can get a couple sacks off on an orc friend. But then, yeah, we'll hit, I think it's 46, right? Or 45? Can you sacrifice a 46? But you can't sacrifice a 45. Whatever it is. We'll get that done sometime. Probably good for a half dozen emeralds. He's only 47. Anyway. Am I willing to tank... tank what? Tank what for who, Yonder Wiley? I'm not answering that question. Oh, tank my third faction. I thought you wanted me to, like, raid tank something. I'm like, oh, God. Am I willing to tank? Tank my third faction. Yeah, I got some tunes I'll tank third faction on. For sure. We'll talk, we'll talk. You know how to reach me, Yonder Wiley. Is this thing gonna die? Oh, I thought my offense and defense were capped. They clearly were not. Alright. This thing better take some freaking big damage. There we go. 100-point crippling. XP is flying. Skills? I mean, they're raising. Nobody said it would be easy. I think this is part of my problem. My stats. How it is sometimes. You want the regen? You gotta pay the price. Alright, anyway. Let me refill the coffee. I'll be right back. Maybe I can bring Chester with me. If we're lucky. Alright, I'm back already. Back at it like I never left. Let's, I guess finish getting the HP back a sec. I do need first part of the map. That's the stalker. Anybody sees a stalker up, hit me up. Because I would love to upgrade large rawhide mask with the you know, eye patch of plunder. That'd be nice. This is a stalker away. I've been working on it here and there. I check every now and then. Not so much really trying too hard to pop it, but I'll take a peek every now and then. See if the stalker's up. It has not been. I haven't seen a stalker in like years. Things. Been quite the trip. 30% in. Finish that fight at, I think, more health than we started it. That's 2. Oh, one's a caster. Did I kill the caster first? I don't know. I think the one that walks will spawn down the hill and walk up. I think that's how it works. I don't think it spawns behind me here. I'll find out. I keep everything in front of me. I don't want to get backstabbed. Is this the lowest level zone to teach you that lesson? Are there any other mobs that like backstab, especially consistently enough to, like, to teach the lesson of, you know? I feel like it's something there's not enough of in this game. Not enough backstabbing NPCs. Bandits and Karana. Ah, nice. Yeah, it's a pretty early lesson to learn then. If you're coming from the swamp, I can't think of the first time you have to learn that. Probably Froglock Warden. I think he'll backstab you if given the opportunity, but I'm not even sure because I don't give him the opportunity. The bandits and Viz too. Ooh, cool. That's really cool. So if you're coming out of the swamp, you do learn a couple lessons pretty early. You learn what blind does, right? If you go to the Firot and fight some lizard men, they'll blind you. They'll blind you pretty quick. Froglocks and Guk, they'll blind you. Which, yeah, I had no idea what I was in for with a blind, and I turned off the computer thinking I crashed. First time I got blinded. And then I think it was the second time I got blinded. It lasted quick enough that I was able to friggin' see, you know, in the text that I was no longer blind. It's like, that's what happened? You lose everything. You don't see anything. You don't see your HP. You don't see the combat text. You see nothing. You're really blind. Alright. An eye on this list, and it's growing. People are waking up. You could probably get backstabbed in the swamp itself. I think one of those nobles in the noble cycle might backstab. But I could be mistaken on that one. I think it's the dwarf. But that's like one mob in a cycle of mobs. And you're pretty much avoiding them when you're low level. After the first time you get killed by one of them, you're like, I hate that guy. Dark Death Singer, he doesn't backstab, but I don't think he backstabs. He's on the Bard faction. But I remember running into him, you know, and real quick, I think he's like probably the first landmark that you really learn where it is. Just not because you want to be there, because you don't want to be there, you know? It's like a left out of Grob, that like little puddle near the wall. He's right by that. You just steer clear. After the first time he kills you, and then maybe kills you a couple more times trying to drag your corpse out. You know, you learn how corpse drag works. Spore Guardian, an iconic swamp lesson for those who know. Yeah, Antonia's block party. Yeah. Spore Guardian was probably one of my most feared NPCs in the swamp. And that's the thing about Spore Guardian is I had read about him on Alakazam. I'd read all the comments. I knew it. I knew what he looked like, all the stuff. So when I saw the Spore Guardian, you know, kind of derping about in the swamp, I ran. I ran so far away, you know, because I knew what would happen. Luckily, but it was kind of my dream to farm. It's Froglock skin mask, right? That's the quest reward. I wanted to farm those. I wanted to kill Spore Guardian, take his head to whoever you take his head to, and get the +2 intelligence mask, and then run it up to East Commons Tunnel and sell it for, you know, grand amounts of plat, absolutely delusional amounts of plat that then I could, you know, I wanted to turn that platinum into real money. I had a whole plan. I would daydream about what I would do, how I was going to do it. It's Spore Guardian. Spore Guardian was a big part of that plan. I just knew I just needed a few more levels so I could take him out. He hit you with the spin, right? Whirl till you hurl. Level 8 bear that roams the ogre newbie area. Nice. Yeah. I didn't really like the Firat in general. Between the blinding lizard men and just like the kind of lack of landmarks in a lot of it. To me, I thought these zones seemed way bigger when I was a kid. Now I have a you know, some context, and I would say the Firat is not a big zone. It's a, you know, perfectly fine sized zone. And, you know, it's not too big. It does have landmarks, but when I was a kid, I was like wandering around out there. I remember making it all the way to Wrath Mountains, and I told my friend Tree Rat in school, I was like, hey, I'm in Wrath Mountains. He's like, what are you doing there? You trying to get killed by a hill giant? I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, that's where the hill giants are. I'm like, so I looked them up, probably on the computer in the computer lab at school, because I would do anything besides actual schoolwork in there. And yeah, I got out of Wrath Mountains after looking up hill giant stats. I was like, whoa. I did it. I was intrigued by the amount of coin they could drop, but I was like level 12 or something like that. I had to go. You've been hooked up on video games since you were 13. Yeah, I've been an enjoyer. That's probably about how old I was when EQ came out, right? Around that, approximately. And I couldn't type. I was not like a PC gamer. I had to learn how to type. Hey, thank you, Reflex. Yeah. Yeah, you'd be surprised. Yeah, I stay fresh. You know, I stay fresh. We got a new. Oh, speaking of which, hold on. Speaking of staying fresh, and all the young blood I'm feasting on socials every day. I even put the Instagram link right there. I was going to put the TikTok link. I was going to put the Facebook link. But then I realized it was 6 a.m. It's time to start the stream. So I just, we got one link there. Grimlost, what's going on? Just getting started over here. What? Let me see what the skills are at. Hold on. 79. Embrace it, reflex. I'm gonna shoot this. I want an archery skill up. Pew pew pew. My store-bought bow. I think it's store-bought. Yeah. Longbow. Good for pulling. Two-hand slash, 35. Two-hand blunt, 79. We can get two-hand blunt to 80. I'll switch, and I'll try to drag the two-hand slash up too, because I got some really nice two-hand slash weapons sitting. I think Daldane's got him in his bank. That'd be a win-win, right? If I get a good two-hander over here and get something out of Daldane's bank, that's a win-win. I finally got those meats off. You see, I got the third part of the Iceclad map. That's the meat quest. I was carrying 4 Yakman parts on Daldane for probably a year. Like, you think I'm exaggerating? I think it's been a year. I don't know why I'd never gotten around to, you know, MQing it to somebody who needed them. Seemed like nobody needed them. It was just holding them for a year, and they're heavy. They're like 3.5 pounds each. Multiply that by 4. I was carrying a lot of freaking heavy meat in that sack. It was cumbersome. So finally, that's done. You can MQ that to yourself. I don't know if you know this. Maybe not on your server. Wherever you guys play, it might be, you know, your mileage may vary. But here on Red, you know, where we can assume that you can find a time that the zone is empty, right? Great Divide. You could find it empty. Can I explain how tracking works? Yeah, sure, no problem. Let me tell the story about Bloodmaw real quick. You find the zone empty, and I'd say first you run your recipient, right? You're gonna need to invis in there, and get near Bloodmaw, invised, camp out, and then I guess you could probably make a hotkey first, right? Map, say map, right? That sure, why not? While you're camping out. And then you get on the one who has charm animal and the meat, and you charm Bloodmaw, you give the meat, and then you camp out, and then you log back on, you know, the recipient, and then you say map to the captive gnome, right? And you get the map piece. Pretty nice. Bloodmaw, yeah. Bloodjaw, Bloodclaw, Bloodmaw. So okay, reflex tracking. You get the skill up when you hit the button. So just keep opening and closing the tracking window, I would say. However long it takes, couple ticks, 12 seconds, 18 seconds, however often you can hit it. Yep, that'll do it for you. Yeah, you'll get it up. Just having it track a mob, you won't get the skill ups. It's when you hit the track button to open up the tracking list. It's when you get that. No problem. I'm happy to help. You know, sometimes the answers are as simple as that, and we could just, you know, set the record straight. When you asked how tracking works, I thought it was going to be some complicated thing where I had to, you know, basically tell you I don't know, because I don't know how track. I know how the list sorts, right? default sort order will put the newest spawn on top. I don't have tracking, so I'm pointing at an empty box over here, you know, in my head. Here's the tracking window. I'd probably have it off to the side. The top would be the newest spawn. That's default sort order. So if you know what was on top last time you were in the zone, and you come in and something else is on top, you can figure out, you know, what happened. You can do like forensic analysis almost. You could be like, oh, somebody killed the placeholder for whatever, right? And it respawned as the named, or respawned as the whatever it is, you know what I mean? Like, if it's the named, it's pretty easy to tell where they were at, right? If it's a placeholder, you got to have a little more knowledge about, you know, the names of the placeholders, and if some of them shared placeholders, you got to kind of go confirm it, either with what direction it's tracking, or go see it with your own eyeballs. But, you know, if I go to Guck on my druid, I could tell a thing or two. I know enough about Guck to know somebody was here. There's a twig broken. You're hunting for that evil Ionese Corona that drops the polished bone bracelet. Nice, yeah. Those evil eyes are squishy sounding. The sounds they make are crazy. I like them. I'm on day... every day I have to go look at my post from the day before and then add one to it. I always forget. I think I just did day 22 in a row of posting EverQuest PvP on social media every day. It's a blistering pace, never before seen. Where I think today's day 23, if I'm not mistaken. Oh shit! I was gonna switch to the two-hand slash. 13% chance, 23 minute respawn time. Hey, there you go. That's the beauty of the knowledge. At least you know. 23 in a row, yes. So that's here. At Chewy Widow Wookie. I put the Instagram link. I'm gonna put the Facebook link and the TikTok link, whatever. It's all the same. It's all the same video. Whatever you use, check me out. You know, I will try to keep you fed. You know, keep your feed carefully curated with some daily adventures. I got quite the backlog building now too. I already had a backlog, but I keep building the backlog. So this is good, you know what I mean? I can schedule them. I can get them, keep them out, keep them coming out. I'm not planning to stop. They're gonna have to, you know, my opposition's gonna have to try to stop me, because I'm just gonna keep hitting. We call it the TikTokification of EverQuest, and by we I mean just me. Nobody, I don't think anybody else has ever called it that, but I'm calling it that. All right, two-hand slash. Let's get some skills. 36. Nowhere to go but up. Of course, I got the YouTube where I re-upload all the VODs, right? The video of day from Twitch here. So if you're watching this on YouTube, hey, shout out to you. Thank you for watching. If you want to catch this live, all you got to do is set your alarm for the ungodly hour of 6 a.m. East Coast USA time, whatever that is for you. And here I am. I'm live right now, Thursday morning. Every Thursday. And every Sunday is the Sunday Swamptacular Splash Fest 2026 all year long. And that one goes later into the day. I go from 6 a.m. till 1 p.m. When I'm too hungry to continue, I'll stop and I'll go eat lunch. But on a Thursday morning, it's short, it's sweet, it's a couple hours long. We're just getting started though. We're not even an hour. Oh, I made the jump. That jump is tough. That's a tough jump, you know? I didn't even think the jump was possible until last time we were in this zone on stream. I made the jump. And yeah. And I made it a bunch more times to prove that it's possible. And not a fluke. But literally my whole life I've been trying to make this jump. I never made it. You know? You gotta jump from like way up here. And just like catch it. And I think probably you gotta be a troll or an ogre. Maybe a barbarian, I don't know. But you gotta like, you know how it goes. You hit your shin and you'll pop up. I don't think a halfling can get anywhere near shin hitting on that ledge. But maybe. I gotta ask Fardotron. Maybe Fardotron made that on the halfling. Because we were all trying it. I think he was playing a halfling that day. I don't remember. That was a whole like 2 weeks ago. How could I ever remember? That was... Might as well be Sunday Swamptacular Splash Fest 2025. You know what I mean? Of which there were 52. If you want to go back in time, just check out the YouTube channel. I'm going to pop a little... Now, this link is for a specific video, but if you go to that video, you'll find my channel. If you don't know my YouTube channel, that's a good way to find it. I gotta update that chat command. That was before I was doing posts every day. So that was it says it's my latest short on YouTube. I mean, I've done... Maybe it's my latest short on YouTube, but I've been uploading little short videos on the other stuff. Anyway, see, it's like, if you don't make the jump, you're like a mile away. You gotta do like a Halo midair crouch jump. Yeah, that must be how we do it. You know what I mean? Like, there's a trick to it, for sure. Ding 21 reflex? Grats, hey, nice. Seems like just the other day you were dinging 20. I remember. Charming the wolves? Nice, yeah. I almost did some charming this morning for the stream instead. But I was, I already told you this. I remember now. I was talking about how I was too sleepy. I was too uncaffeinated. I couldn't sweat on a chanter. I needed something, auto attack go, you know? Druids have an amazing spell arsenal. They're probably one of the best. You hate when charm breaks? Yeah. Well, at least druids have snare, you know what I mean? You could kind of snare it before you charm it, and then if the charm breaks, you'll have even more time to get away. You know. I don't suggest doing that if you want to take your pet around a lot. You want to go point A, point B, point C, point D. You root and recharm. Yeah, nice. That works. That definitely works. I sometimes wish, when I'm playing the chanter, I wish I could snare. Because I could root and recharm. But, sometimes just a little safety net, a little extra time to get my spells landed would be nice. I'm really liking chanter. I've been trying to, you know, practice the things Chilogan taught me. Shout out to Chilogan. He walked me through what I was doing wrong slash neglecting to do on my chanter, and yeah, you know what? He was very right. I was missing whatever it's called, Berserker Spirit. I never went and bought that spell. I was not interested. I didn't know what it did slash whatever. I just didn't have it, and that's like in the Bedlam line. And I know what Bedlam does, and I was very much looking forward to Bedlam. So the fact that there was like a, you know, Bedlam at home was what a game changer. Just casting Berserker Spirit has, you know, made me die so much less than I had in, you know, like I said, I got all these videos on YouTube. You want to look up past streams where I played the Chanter, go ahead. You will see me die a lot. But now, I mean, I haven't streamed it since starting to cast it, really, but I've been doing better, you know? I could recover more often. Like, I keep a rune on, but, like, Chilogan showed me the proper way to make sure that the free rune gets eaten up before the real rune, and it's, you know, it gets to stretch your real rune so much longer. Oh my god, it's just crazy. It's crazy how suboptimally I was playing Enchanter for you know, and happy about it for the longest. Now that I know what I was doing wrong, I cringe. But anyway, this is the beauty of Warrior. I can play the Warrior successfully while yapping about Enchanter. Right? Try talking about how to play a warrior while you're charming stuff, right? And then charm breaks, and then you're like, ugh. The true power of the dark side. Yeah. No, for real, chanters are like their power level is kind of scary. It's scary how strong they made that class. You never really liked Warrior on MMOs? It was the first one I ever rolled, and I just, for some reason, that's my play style. I like being the tank. I like getting in there and bruising, you know what I mean? If you don't look back at your old self and cringe from time to time, are you even growing as a human? Right? Whoa, so that's a good point. um, warrior, like I'm saying it's simple. It's simple, but like a warrior in a group does become a much sweatier situation, and a lot of it's like kind of just like stress sweat and not really like you even accomplishing what you want to accomplish. So it's like warrior is the best tank, right? On paper. They have damage mitigation, right? 10% mitigation. They have higher combat stats, caps, so they'll end up with better raw stats. They have higher HP pools. Like, they are the tank, right? Right. Well, unfortunately, EverQuest is not on paper. EverQuest is, you know, on pixels. And the way the pixels work out is mobs attack the one who has the aggro, right? The person at the top of the aggro list is the one the mob focuses. And let's put an asterisk there, right? Of course, there's ways to change that. You could blind the mob, you can root the mob, and the rules will change, sure, right? Like root, for instance, it'll be proximity aggro, the closest person. All right, is that what you call proximity aggro? I feel like proximity aggro is more like when you walk into the aggro range and pull it. But anyway, whatever. Let's call it attack the closest. Anyway. That's the asterisk. Forget the asterisks. We're talking about regular aggro list. It's an invisible list. You can't see the list. At least I can't see the list. I'm not, you know, maybe with some different tools or UIs or whatever. Maybe some people see the list, but I've never seen the list. It's invisible. And it's everybody who has aggro will be on the list. whether they have aggro from being seen and their KOS, whether they have aggro from assisting in the fight, whether they have aggro from, you know, healing somebody in the fight, whatever it is, they'll end up on the list, and it's kind of a point system. Certain things are worth more points. Swinging your weapon is points, right? Whether you hit or not, swinging the weapon is points based on the damage of the weapon, right? I believe that's how it works. Anyway, my point is, there's other ways to get aggro besides swinging your weapon, right? Casting spells, using skills, stuff like that. And everybody in the group is doing this. And some classes are really good at climbing that list, right? And getting to the top of the list and having the mob turn and look at them, right? Warrior is not really one of those, right? They want to be at the top of the list, but like they don't have those easy mode, get to the top of the list and stay there abilities. You know, like an enchanter. An enchanter can get to the top of the list and stay there easily. Is that good? No, the enchanter should not be at the top of the list. They should be like anywhere but the top of the list. But they could. Shadow Knights used to be able to very easily get to the top of the list and stay there. But they did nerf Disease Cloud. But still, even with the Disease Cloud aggro nerf, Shadow Knights they still have a lot of tools. Pallies, great at getting there, because stuns, whether they land or not, a stun is a ton of aggro. Pallies have a bunch of stuns, you know, so they can get it. What can warriors do? Warriors can taunt, right? Taunt puts you at the top of the list. Sounds good, right? But it doesn't fix the root cause that made you need to taunt, right? If you lose aggro and you hit taunt, you'll get aggro back. And then you lose aggro again because you didn't fix the root cause. It puts you at the top of the list by 1 point, and then you get overtaken again. And you're waiting for taunt to come back. And then you hit taunt, and taunt doesn't work this time. You know what I mean? And people are like, this warrior sucks. And it's like, the warrior's doing everything they can, right? They don't have the tools in classic EverQuest. They don't have, you know, I mean, there's no AA taunt. There's no, you know what I mean? Or any of the other stuff, the other tools. All they could do is equip weapons with stun procs. You can lose aggro if you're head on aggro and hit taunt. Right, because it puts you at the top by 1. So if you're on the top by 300 and you hit taunt, I'm pretty sure you're effectively losing aggro. Anyway, you could put on stun weapons, you could put on aggro proc weapons, and then you're just praying. You're praying to proc, you know what I mean? So that's why I say warriors are the best tanks on paper, because they are. You know, the stats make them the obvious choice. But there's a reason as a warrior I grew up looking for group more often than the tank of the group. You know what I mean? Because you weren't the preferred tank, because people want a tank that can hold aggro. You know, and I had the procs. You know, had all the stuff, and still you're just hoping and praying. So that's like my my rant, my tangent about why when I say a warrior is just a mindless press auto attack and go thing, I'm talking about solo, right? When you're soloing, like, you're not worrying about shit. You're just killing the thing. And if you can't kill it, you run. But if you're the tank of the group, oh, now you're worrying. Every single fight, you're like, please proc. Oh my god, please. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm sorry that I lost aggro again. I'm doing my best. You know what I mean? That's my experience anyway. Milk Crate, what's going on? Good morning. We're just getting started over here. Glad you're here. It's Thursday morning rise and grind. We're about halfway through it, aka just getting started. And I'm ranting and raving. I'm deep on a tangent about warriors. Their strengths, their weaknesses, their you know, they're fun. I like them. My big problem, the reason I am not a warrior on this server, even though you see me playing a warrior right now, this is not my main. This is not even like a runner-up This is a distant alt in the stable. I like warriors, but I find them largely unplayable on this server because they don't have channeling, right? On this server, there's no instant cast dispels, and that's not right. That's not good. That's not classic. That's not, you know, Brad blessed. I think it's a huge issue to need to channel a dispel, right? It's not a huge issue for you know, a hybrid or a caster. It's even less of an issue for a bard who can channel these clickies full speed, right? Golem wand, crystallized pumice, whatever it is. There was never egg-shaped pumice on this server, and Golem wand has a cast time now, so it's like channel a wand for a couple seconds as a warrior. No problem. No problem. Okay, now do it with a light breeze. One too many monarchs. What's going on? When it's time to party, we will party hard. Yes. What was that? Andrew WK? I saw him perform at a Warp Tour one time. It was awesome. I was getting dehydrated, but luckily Monster was sponsoring the event and had a tent where they were giving out free Monsters. So I was able to you know, survive with the life-giving nourishment of green water. Reflex, have fun making lunch. You know where I'll be. Right here for the next hour. Oh shit, I'm about to ding. Bingus dingus. Gonna dingus again. Get that protein in, Reflex. Yes. Alright, let's dance. Let's cheer. Let's wave. Hi, everybody. Hey, you. Yes, you. Did you know that? I'm very glad you're here. No, for real, though. I'm so thankful and couldn't do without you. Would you consider, please, you know, hitting that follow button if you haven't yet? You know? I beg, I plead. But no, for real, I am very happy you're here, and I want you to know that every Sunday is a Sunday Swamptacular Splash Fest. 2026. That's a new thing we're just getting started on. Okay, I'm kidding. We've been doing the Sunday Swamptacular Splash Fest consistently for a long time now, over a year, and it's been a lot of fun. Thursday Rise and Grind, which we're in the midst of right now, also been going on for over a year, consecutively, straight. Speaking of straight consecutives, I got a little plan. Let's get another ding. Let's get another ding consecutively. And while we're on the topic, I do have a streak going right now. On social media, I've been posting EverQuest PvP clips daily. We're on day 23 will be today's upload. So, you might, maybe you don't think you're into that. Hey, give it a shot. Give it a chance. You might. That's my shameless plug this morning, comma, right now. Functional Parrot, good morning. And Key BZ, thank you for the grats. Good to see you this morning. I like that. Is that an emote? I like that. It must be an emote, right? I don't think you can change font like that. Cool. That's your emote. I like it. I'm going to give you a follow. I'm glad you're here. Hell yeah. Nothing like a good emote. Let me pop one of my faves in the chat right now, because I feel like it's appropriate. The Brad Bless. All right.
There he is.
Hey, thank you for that. Let's see here. Let's see here. 10 whole players on the server right now. Red 99, it's you know, exclusive club. Not everybody can hang. For every player you see on red, there's 3 more you know, shaking and sweating, curled up on a ball on the floor under their keyboard. And they'll log back in later, you know? When their friends tell them it's safe, they'll be back. What I'm getting at is, yes, there's dozens of us. We're out here. We're out here enjoying EQ to the fullest. One too many monarchs. I appreciate you stopping in this morning, and you know, not that you need the good luck, but let me wish you some good luck anyway. You know, today's gonna be a great day. I can feel it. I can feel it. Finished my coffee. Feeling advanced. Level 28 now. Skills, perhaps still lacking. Yeah, I'm glad to hear it. I like to just give a consistent thing, so you know, you just happen to be walking by a clock or whatever, you see, hey, Chewy's usually live this time of week. Usually is putting it lightly. Consistent. I'm like, they call me Big Ben, and nobody really calls me that, but it'd be funny. They could if they wanted to. My name's not Ben. Monsters and memory. So this has come up already in discussion today. So I'm gonna. This is my promise. I promise that Sunday Swamptacular Splash Fest will be strictly EverQuest enjoyment. Thursday morning Rise and Grind will be strictly EverQuest enjoyment. No. One too many marks. I just I want to reiterate this for anybody who joined in since then and missed it. Is my point. I'm standing by what I said earlier. When I start with Monsters and Memories, I will add a stream to the schedule so that we will keep the EverQuest enjoyment rolling consistently. You know, Thursday morning, Sunday morning, EverQuest enjoyment, Monsters and Memories to be determined. Right, it'll be something else. I won't cut out any EverQuest for it, but you know. That don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. One too many Mars. I didn't mean to like say it in a way that sounded like I was annoyed or anything. More just like trying to flourish a little over here. Yeah, I'll PvP over there. I'll definitely PvP. Fate Caller. Not bad. Not bad. This thing's pretty cool, honestly. Working on my two-hand slash a little bit. My two-hand slash is lacking. Thank you for those buffs, Lobnob. I didn't even really like clock it. I saw you, and I almost invited you, and then I started yapping / continued yapping, and I didn't really I didn't / thank you or anything. So / thank in real life. Thank you, buddy. It was happy server. But yeah, I would be I would be, I think, silly to ignore Monsters and Memories launch. I think that, you know what I mean? Like, I've been around the block. I've seen games come and go, and I can tell what's hype from what's um kind of like genuine excitement. Okay, maybe that's the real word. Maybe I can see what's manufactured hype from genuine excitement. And Monsters and Memories has a lot of genuine excitement. And it's already kind of stood the test of time in these tests, right? To the point where this launch is going to be a big deal, and it's going to be lightning in a bottle, right? We know it will be, and it's either you're going to be there, be part of it, and have fun, or miss out and hear about it, and say wonder what could have been, right? World of Warcraft had that moment, and I skipped it, right? I've staunchly opposed World of Warcraft in its heyday, in its glory days, in its golden era. I said, I don't want to play that. That doesn't look fun to me. But, in hindsight, it would have been fun to me. People had a lot of fun, and I willingly missed out. And you can't really take that back. So I'm trying to learn from my mistakes. And this, you know what I mean? For the Monsters and Memories PvP launch, I want to be there. I want to enjoy it. As long as it's enjoyable. You know what I mean? If that means working it in forever, so be it. So yes, I'm excited. I don't know what I'm going to play. But I know how I'm going to play. I try to make that jump every time. Yeah, that pathing was really funny. The dude, it's good to see you. Hey, I still got that care package for you, the dude. I know that one night we were about to do the handoff, and I said, let's do this another time, because there was, I think, 9 ops, and I was about to do a drop transfer. I pop in, and there's 9 people around me. I'm like, ugh, not here, not now. They must have been doing an epic fight or something. That was just really funny. Yeah, I've got it all gathered up. It's all in the same bag, ready to go now. Finally. Here's some more amazing. The dude, I heard you like amazing pathing. Let me get you some amazing pathing real quick. Yeah, here we go. Here it comes. There he is. Meeting canceled. One too many monarchs. Welcome back. I'm glad you're here. That's awesome. I'm hoping for a similar result today, but I don't think it's gonna rain hard enough to shut me down. I'm just gonna be a little damp. You hope they never add the mini map? Yeah, I really, really, really enjoy playing EverQuest map free. Like P99 liberated me. I was an EverQuest enjoyer traditionally, right? I played EverQuest a lot, especially from Plains of Power through the Buried Sea. Like that era, I was heavily immersed. And that is, you might, recognize that as the era in which maps were part of the game. You'd hit, I think my hotkey was backspace to open up a map window, right? And it's all like drawn by, turning the line on and following the wall or whatever, or you download them. I originally was trying to make my own maps, and then I found out you could download them, and I just downloaded them and never looked back. And then I would get the map packs that had like the labels, and you could turn on the different layers so you could see like where the names are, stuff like that. Like, oh man, I was in the maps. I was not enjoying my surroundings. I would move around staring at the map, looking at my little arrow, which direction I'm pointing. Oh, let's go this way. Okay, let's go this way. Okay, now we got to go up to this floor. Okay, now we're on this floor. Let's go. You know what I mean? I was not looking at my surroundings at all. I was only looking at the map, and I missed out on so much because of that. Oh shit, PK in the zone. But you have your old cloth world map. Nice. Yeah, the cloth world map is. I wish I still had mine. I don't know whatever happened to it. I used to have it tacked up on the wall too. And then I even tacked up a couple of the other cloth maps they gave out, because you remember they were giving them out. Every few expansions had something like that, to introduce the new areas. They had a cloth map of I don't remember what expansion it was now. Besides the classic, there's a few, yeah. 65 streak, yes, the dude, that is quite a few. But okay, so anyway, yeah, Monsters and Memories. Not having a map would be cool for, you know, people will probably find a way around it. They'll, you know, aka hack it. But okay, so when P99, when I found P99, it was probably like 2010, something like that, right? It was just one server. The server we now call Blue was just called Project 1999, and I found it so liberating to play without the map. Like, I thought it was such a wonderful thing that they took the time to remove the map from the game and put us all back, you know, the way it was meant to be. So the fact that, you know, people found ways to add maps back into P99, to me it seemed like an obvious hack, right? Like, these guys are hacking. What kind of weird cheating shit is this? So people looked for clarification, and I remember the official stance being, oh, actually it's fine. Maps are fine. They're just reading logs, and then, you know what I mean. That's not a third-party tool. Like, that's a third-party. I know it doesn't matter what I think, right? I'm not Rogan. I'm not fucking Nilbog or whoever came up with this decision all those years ago. That, like, actually it's cool. We took the maps out of the game, but that was just to, you know, just a temporary speed bump, so that you had to, you know, add the maps back. Huh? I don't know, it just seems fucking crazy to me. I thought this was supposed to be classic EverQuest emulation, but whatever. It's, you know, not my problem. Not my problem. Not trying to crash out. I think it's crazy. Oh, you invised me. I didn't even notice. My bad.
Jabba the Fox rated your channel with 18 viewers.
Yo, Jabba. Thank you. How you doing today? We were just talking about Monsters and Memories PvP, and how I think it's got a lot of genuine excitement surrounding it, not manufactured hype, right? I was explaining in my eyes the difference, and how some games, you know, they'll have that manufactured hype, and I don't feel bad about being like, ugh, I don't care about that. This, though, I feel like I would be a fool. I would be a damn fool to ignore the rumblings, the grumblings, all the noises surrounding the upcoming June 1st launch. Is this what we're hearing? Excited. Anyway, I'm flying through the levels. I came here to work on my skill ups, and now I'm getting power leveled again. So my skills are not they're not capping anytime soon, but it's fine. I'm gonna get, well, the getting's good. Strike while the iron is hot. All the stuff. All the phrases. How you doing, Java? Trust you had a terrific stream. A little shout out. There, do a shout out. Oh boy, I'm training myself, huh? I was in the Twitch chat window. I was less concerned about these familiars. It's alright. It's alright. It's getting less alright by the second. Holy shit. Do I zone it? Are we cooked? I think we're doing okay. We're doing okay. This is acceptable. One down. That one just heal? Oh, fuck. Which one is the Glyph Guard? One of these is a cleric. Oh. Uh-oh, they're turning... Ah! They spun me around! There's a mob scene over here. Alright, one down. Thanks to Utri, it looks like. Oh no, it was the Pledge Familiar. I mean, really, they're all thanks to Utri, because he's got me buffed up, but... Another down. Now, the one that fled originally, did that ever come back? That was kind of funny, though. I was slightly turning, and they stunned me, so I spun 180 at my slow turn speed and got... I'm pretty sure I did get backstabbed. But if I didn't get backstabbed, I was lucky. Yeah, a little troll pirouette, yep. Right, another one down. Two-hand slash 48, yes. Getting there. Alright, this is the runner. The runner come back. The prodigal son has returned. Honestly, that was a good pull. I should tab out and type shoutouts in Twitch chat instead of chasing runners more often. This is big gains. We started the stream out 27 or 26.99. I called the stream 27 because I knew I was about to ding. But we're 28 and a half. I should probably update the stream title by now. Beautiful. All these bodies. Cha-ching, 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 cha-ching. Oh yeah. That's a couple plat. That's a couple plat. Nothing crazy, but it's honest work. Alright. Just gotta keep it from dispelling me. Oh. I hate when they cast the second cast fast enough that you can't. You know? There's just no chance to bash it. And then I missed the third cast bash. There was a chance, but I missed it. Schmo Knight, it's good to see you this morning. Just getting started over here. I already finished my coffee. Man, I hate when I trick myself like that. I'm thirsty for more coffee when I'm grabbing the empty mug. Yeah, this Sunday, I'm trying to decide if I should do a enchanter stream, another Bingus stream, or maybe play the wizard again. I did buy my spells. I did train my skills, so I can meditate now. I can cast stuff besides level 1 Shock of Frost. You know, I'm getting there. I'm coming up in the world. It's that could be fun. I think wizards get to quad at a pretty low level, right? It's not like druids who get their quad spell and then get no quad spell like forever and then can quad again once they're like 30 something. At least 2 healers? Oh god. That's annoying. About 70... I call it 71% in. Minor shielding and frost shock, that's all you need. Yeah, that'll carry you. All you need is that, and a solid support system of friends and guildies. EverQuest enjoyers enjoying EverQuest. Next thing you know, you'll be leveled like 20 something. No, I don't know what level we finished off at. Not 20, but I think we were getting up there. /51. Ah, man. These healers, huh? Get a druid cast skin like wood, you're good till 60. Aw, yeah. I've heard druid buffs are great, so I went to the East Commons tunnel and I gave all my coin for a skin like wood. I don't see what all the hype is about. Captain Crampy, what happened to EQ2? So I played on launch. I was super duper 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 excited for EQ2. I even had I went to I think it probably was EB Games, Electronics Boutique, if you will, and not GameStop. But maybe it was GameStop. Whatever it was, I went to the mall. I went to the game store where I would get all my EQ expansions, and I pre-ordered EQ2, and I got the character creation disc, and I created my character ahead of time, and I was very super duper excited. And the game finally launched, and I played it for a little while, and I fell off. I don't know. It didn't live up to my expectations. However, in hindsight, looking back, I think my expectations were unreasonable. I think it was a fine game. I think, you know, I would have enjoyed it a lot if it had not been called EverQuest 2, right? If it was a standalone game in its own world, I think I would have appreciated it for what it was and not built up this unreasonable expectation. Um, that's what I think, looking back. Um, you know, it's just what for whatever reason it didn't live up to in my head. Ah, it was ruined when you came back. Dang, that stinks. Oh, I got feared or something. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I didn't play it enough to really have a strong opinion. But was that a necromez? It must have been. It said my mind filled with fear and I was just spinning in place. I did not have a icon. It was interesting. It was interesting. I think it might have been a necromez. Yeah, powerful stuff. So you know, knowing that EQ2 is set in the distant future from EQ1, I came up with a backstory. Some of you might already know this lore tidbit, right? Once upon a time, I tried to lead a Vox raid, right? A pickup raid. Belchmaster in the zone. Right, NPCs can cast the Necromez on live characters. It seems pretty powerful. My backstory was that in that failed Vox raid, I got frozen in a block of ice, and then they Encino Man me out. So it's not that I was just some random troll warrior in EverQuest 2. I was the same troll warrior from EverQuest 1. I made my character look as similar as I could, except with a kind of like bluish grayish tint, because I had been frozen for 1,000 years or whatever. This was the backstory I came up with. I thought it was fun. I even joined a guild ahead of time. You know, I found other excited anticipators. You know, and we hit the ground running. I had a bunch of items that when you looked at the description, it said my name because I had been the first person to discover them. You know, I was like fully plugged in. I was immersed as shit. But I fell off. I fell off quick because I was just like, what is this? What am I doing? You know? Captain Crampy, yeah. I used to joke every time somebody would ask me that, I would pretend I had never heard of it. But like it's getting to the point where like the joke's getting old. I can't even pretend anymore. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna June 1st. June 1st. I think that's when the PvP server's launching. I'm gonna be there. I'm excited. You know, I was like kind of on the fence about it for a little while, but now I think it's safe to say I'm excited. I always said if a game wanted to, you know, recreate EverQuest Classic, it's not about, you know, like digging through the logs and recreating, like literally making EverQuest Classic again like P99 has done. That's great. It's fun. It makes P99, but you can't recreate EverQuest Classic with a EverQuest server, you know, because the cat's out of the bag. We know this game. There's no surprises left anymore, right? Like if you dig through the wiki, it's all there. Everybody knows everything. Maybe if you know, maybe there's some exceptions where knowledge gaps or whatever. You don't know this and you can learn this. Cool, experience this for the first time. Cool, you know, but like as a whole, the game is not holy shit. We're pretty low health for a second there. The game is not you know, it's not mysterious anymore. We to create that feeling again, it would have to be a game that's not EverQuest. So Monsters and Memories, you know, they're kind of doing the thing, you know. Encino Man 2 needs a script, yeah. Tum Dum, that was the name of my warrior, and unfortunately, I had when I came back to P99 Red after nearly a decade gone, my account was banned. So I don't have the name Tum Dum anymore. I don't have the name Chewy anymore. Pretty upset about that, but I'm better than ever. And Sino Man 2 Rise of the Chewy, yeah. So you got to start with the Vox raid, right? That's the epic origin story. A horrible failed Vox raid. And people got feared into the pits, and then the tentacle terrors came. I think that's probably it was a tentacle terror slaps me across the room, you know, to the wall, to like a crack in the ice, and then Vox like blasts some like frozen breath and just encases me. You know what I mean? And that's where I lie, permafrost for the next 1,000 years. Anyway, we ready? We doing it? We doing the damn thing? Let's do it. Oh my god. Sure getting stunned and spun a lot. Oh man, it's almost 8 a.m., huh? We got about 20 minutes left of EverQuest's enjoyment before I gotta go. Unless I get that call that says, hey, it's too rainy. Here's hoping. I don't predict that. Kegadin, what's going on? Yeah, June 1st. June 1st, Kegadin. I hear you. You know, due to popular demand, I would be a fool to miss out on big launch day action. But listen, even when I start playing M&M, I'm still gonna stream EverQuest, Sunday Swamptacular Splash Fest. I'm still gonna get down for some rise and grind action. So, you know, keep that in mind. I can't release my stranglehold on this server right now. I got him right where I want him. Oh, really? Interesting. I'll think about it, Kagan. I'll think about it. I'll get back to you on that. Because I wouldn't mind a little, you know, familiarizing myself with the mechanics you know, in a personal manner. Because I've been watching. It could be a Tuesday thing for sure, and I might even add another day to the schedule if it, you know, if it feels right. Mr. Loco, what's going on? Hey, we're just getting started over here. You know I'm on a streak, right? I've been going streaking as far as on social media. I've been trying to bless people's feed with EverQuest PvP clip daily. Your daily dose. If you don't know, now you know. At Chewy What a Wookie. I put the Instagram link there as an example, right? But that's not where I'm limited to. You can find it on TikTok. You can find it on Facebook. At Chewy What a Wookie. I'll get the other links up there in that too. But I started with the links, and then I looked at the time and I said it's 6 a.m. Let's freaking go. Watch a bunch of clips. The I Got No Coins one is your favorite. Yeah, that was a good one. The dude, I'm glad you enjoy. I've been having a ton of fun making them, and I'm gonna keep it going. I'm gonna keep it going. We're on day 23, I believe, right? If I'm not mistaken, which is quite the streak. Quite the streak. Why is this thing not? There we go. It's been fun. It's been fun. You made a little Eminem PvP vid. Hey, Kegan, go ahead. Post it here. You know where you should definitely post it? Post it in my Discord. You can post it here too, but post it in the swamp because you know it's early morning Thursday. Not everybody's awake yet. You know, especially West Coast. And we gotta, you know, there's the self promotion channel. You can post it there. You can post it in the swamp, wherever you want, Kegan. You know, Mikasa Sukasa, right? My swamp, your swamp. How about that? How about that, kid? Yeah, that guy didn't want to fight apparently, huh? I got no coin. Listen, we're all EverQuest enjoyers enjoying EverQuest. It's never personal. It's usually not personal, I should say. Sometimes it's personal. The dog sound in EQ is the same dog sound as Fallout 1 and 2. Yeah, you told me that, Belchmaster. It's interesting. I never noticed. I only just started playing Fallout 2 this past year. I'm not very far in. I think I'm like out of the tutorial or whatever. You know what I mean? I'm on my own now, and it's cool. It's fun. I should do that on a Tuesday sometime maybe. Damn, they dispelled me. Sorry, I can't bash in wolf form anyway, I guess. Dang, 29. Let's dance. Let's dance. Dancing on the graves over here. Who's down? First we dance. Then we cheer. Wave and say hi, everybody. Hey, you, yes, you. Did you know that this weekend, Sunday Swamp Tackler Splash Fest 2026, number 11 will be coming to you live. Red 99, you know I'll be here. And of course, Tuesday, we'll play something that's probably not EverQuest. But that doesn't mean I quit EverQuest because, of course, Thursday morning next week, I'll be back live playing EverQuest for the Rise and Grind special, you know. Monsters and Memories, June 1st launch. I'm looking forward to it. Can't wait. In fact, we cheer. Hip hip hooray for Monsters and Memories June 1st. It'll be fun. I know it'll be fun. And listen, if you're a hater, if you hating, I got a special message for you. I want you to take this in. I want you to observe this. That slash rude. That's for haters. Hater exclusive message. Anyways, we're just getting started over here. Anybody who's not a hater, I'm very thankful you're here. That's a bow. That's my not hater exclusive. Anyway, let's keep at it. Level 29. Jeez, getting heavy with coin. I'm gonna say, if somebody tells me they don't have coin when I'm killing them, that's gonna make me kill them even harder because I think you're lying. I think you do have coin. All right. We just fight both. Let's fight both. Right? They could clearly have extra coins. That's what they're saying. So this person, they're probably friendly, and that's why this happened. But I had a really weird encounter last week or so. I might even upload this as a vid, just because it was I think a first for me. I don't think this has ever happened in my life. I started attacking somebody. They were pretty geared. They were not like a naked newbie or anything. It was somebody's alt in the swamp. I seen them, I attacked them, and they just gave me all their coin. They opened up a trade window and just gave me all the coins they were carrying. And so I thanked them and let them on the, you know what I mean? That seems acceptable to me, right? You want to not be attacked? Just give me your money. We'll skip all the messy part and get straight to the looting. I don't know. I thought that was cool. I was pretty satisfied with that, honestly. Never in my life. Give me a Snake Fang next time. Yes. Remember Snake Fang gang? Honestly, like I talked a lot of trash. Oh shit. bash. Damn. Dang. Where's my bash when I need it? Every bash is just whiffing. Fuck it. Fuck it. Zoning. I wonder how Rapting knew we were here. That's so crazy. Of all the zones in EverQuest, you know what I mean? You really gonna check Mistmore? Alright. Shit, it's almost time for me to go. Almost. Let's see what the skill. Let's take a little skill check. Two-hand blunt, 83. Two-hand slash, 62. Made huge strides in both today. Lock in and clock in. You already know. You already know, Pacer Loco. That's how it goes sometimes. Oh shit, we got this guy. Yo, you dropped this? You dropped this? Real big gains. I was level... I know this stream says 26. Rapting, watch out, you're dotted. Rapting, you're dotted. You're HP Rapting. Oh my god, Rapting. Oh, watch out. Watch out. Like I was saying before, how did he know we were here? What a strange guess. What a lucky guy. Anyway, let's count. Count mag 56 all. Count mag 55 all. Count mag 57 all. He's somewhere at 57. That's him. 57. Anyway, Rapting, I hope you watch today's EQ PvP clip every day. We got a new one. Fresh. Fresh. We keep it fresh every day. So, everybody who hung out this morning, thank you so much for hanging out. I got to get to work. I got to get going about that time. So, we got enough time to lead a little raid, right? What's this guy at? 30 at 53. He must have like some sort of regen going on. Go lead a raid. I love to end the stream strong with a raid, so we go enjoy some more EverQuest. Let's see. Let's see who's streaming right now. Ooh, Angriest Autist is playing Monsters and Memories. You guys want to watch that? Do that. We could do that. Let me see who's streaming EverQuest before I commit. Nobody's streaming EverQuest right now? Well, then I guess we're just gonna have to do Monsters and Memories. So thanks for hanging out, everybody. I really appreciate you. And yeah, let's do this again soon. Every Thursday morning, you know I'll be here. Playing EverQuest, enjoying EverQuest at that. Daily uploads on the social media. One more time. Oh shit, hold on. What's going on here? What's going on here? We're gonna have to watch this before the stream ends. What's happening? Rapting. Oh no. Oh no, I hope you don't got any coin on you, Rapting. Oh no. You're taking an easy one. Right in the nick of time. Ouch. Youch. Yowzes. No snake fang. Hate to see it. Alright, thanks for hanging out, everybody. Yonder Wiley, what kind of haul? What kind of haul you looking at? Hate to see it, folks. Let's do a little salute. Solid. A solid end to a solid stream. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Let's raid Angriest Autist. We can tell them all about it. See ya.